Hey you guys, Daniel and I are here with your last weekly nutrition challenge. Now, you guys have learned some amazing things and made some really good habits over the last few months. What we want to teach you today is going to be a little bit more advanced, okay? So if you're seeing good results with what you're doing, you can kind of hang on to this, learn what we're talking about, but use it when you hit a plateau or when you want to take things up a notch, get results coming a little bit faster. That's when you would use what we're going to teach you. And what we're going to talk about today is tracking your macros.
Now, a well-balanced nutrition plan is going to have a good ratio of macronutrients. And there's 3 macronutrients that we're going to talk about: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And it's really important that your nutrition plan is balanced in this because if your diet is really lacking in carbohydrates, that can leave you feeling really sluggish, really low in energy. And it can even slow down your metabolism. A diet low in fat can possibly lead to some hormonal imbalances. And a diet that's lacking in protein can possibly lead to loss in your muscle mass.
Now, everybody's body is a little bit different and is going to react differently to different programs, but we've found that a good ratio for most people to start with is 40-30-30. Now what that means is 40% of your calories are going to be coming from carbs, 30% will be coming from protein, and 30% will be coming from fat. Now this probably doesn't make any sense to you, so we have our little chart here that we're going to walk you through it. Okay, so what we want you to do is we want you to get a piece of paper, draw this chart out just like we have it up here. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. And we're going to walk you through with an example person. Okay, so our example woman, okay, Daniel's going to write for me. She is 200 pounds. Okay, you can insert your weight there. The calorie target that she's chosen to stick to is her BMR, which is 1800. So you can go ahead and write your calorie target up there. All right, so now we know that we want 40% of our carbs, 40% of our calories, to come from carbs. Okay, so 40% of 1800 is going to be 720. All right, so we did that by actually just multiplying 0.4 times 1800. So what this means is 720 calories are going to be coming from carbs. All right, now every carb has 4 calories. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to divide 720 by 4, and that's going to give us 180. Okay, so this woman is going to be having 180 grams of carbs a day. Does that make sense? Okay, moving on to our protein. We want 30% of our calories to come from protein. Okay, so again, our calorie target is 1800. So 30% of 1800 is going to be 540. Again, that was just 0.3 times 1800 equals 540. Now, just like the carb, each gram of protein has 4 calories. All right, stay with me. Okay, I know it might be confusing. So we're going to take 540 calories divided by 4, and that is going to give us 135 grams of protein. All right, so now moving on to our last one, we've got fats. Again, we have 30%. Okay, so 30% is coming from fat. 30% of 1800 is 540 again. But our fats are a little different. Each gram of fat has 9 calories. Okay, so we're going to actually divide that 540 by 9 this time to get 60 grams of fat. All right, so you guys can go ahead and figure that out for yourself. You can put us on pause and then figure out your numbers and come back. So this woman has 180 grams of carbs, 135 grams of protein, and 60 grams of fat. Okay, so we want you to go ahead and figure out the macronutrients that you need for you.
Okay, so in week 5, what you did is you calculated your target calories. Okay, in week 7, we talked about developing your meal plan, and we talked about getting an app and entering in all your foods. Well, what you need to do now that you've calculated all your macros, is go back to your meal plan and see what the macros are reading on your app. Okay, you shouldn't have to calculate this, the app should do it for you. But look what your app says and measure that against what you calculated here. Okay, what we want is for you to be around 5 grams plus or minus your target macronutrient. Okay, so if you're finding that you're right around there, that's perfect, stick with it. Okay, if you're finding you're too low or too high in some areas, make the necessary adjustments to get to the target.
Okay, so then now that you have your updated meal plan, we want you to stick to this for a week or two. Okay, give it some time to work, evaluate it. If you're feeling really good, but you haven't really seen very good results, you can go ahead and drop your carbs by about 10 grams, stick to it another week or two, and then evaluate again, okay? So you can continue to drop your carbs or your fats, don't drop your protein, just your carbs and fats, by a little bit each week or two to try and find that sweet spot where you're seeing good results and staying motivated, but you're also feeling good also. So again, this is an advanced technique, okay? Just kind of keep it in your arsenal of tricks, use it when you need to, and when you give it a try, hop on Facebook and let us know how it goes for you.